Hi, Mr. A here. We're going to be talking about writing equations, and personally I think this is one of the harder lessons in algebra, simply because we're combining English, one of the hardest languages to learn, has a million words that could mean different things, and we're also combining it with algebra, a language of itself, but it's going to be okay. Most of it is we just need to practice. We get better at reading by reading. We get better at writing by writing. And the more things we read and the more things we write, the better we get. So hopefully I could give us a little bit of a foundation in this lesson. So we're going to be working with writing equations, and in class I talked about, well, we could divide up into plus or addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and equality, and there's a certain number of words that come to mind when we talk about this. So maybe add, subtract, multiply, or times, divide, have. For multiply, we might see twice a number, something like that. For equal, it's usually is, or so 4 plus x is a number, or 2 plus 2 is 4. That word is the most commonly used form of equal. So we went over a couple of these. I'm not going to go over them again. You can take a look at the notes that I posted, but the most important thing I didn't really cover that I wish I did is that there are specific words that tell us we should have parentheses and maybe something in between. So words like sum, or maybe quantity for addition, or difference, or quotient, or product. If we see these words, then we have to put, or we definitely should put, a parentheses around what we're about to do, just in case we're doing something on the outside of the parentheses. Because this sum of two things, that's one whole thing that we might do something with. So let's say for sum, I would say maybe the sum of a and b, I would have parentheses a plus b. Or the difference of a and b, parentheses a minus b, or the quotient of a and b, parentheses a divided by b, or more commonly we'll see this a divided by b like that, or a over b. Division is the one where we usually see fraction form of division once we get to high school. For product, we might see parentheses a times b, or just simply parentheses ab. But the trick is, with these words, specifically these words, we must put a parentheses, and it's very useful if we do. And I think I've gone over a couple of examples in class, and if you want to take a look at them, like I said, the notes are already posted, but the one I really want to look at is one of these parentheses ones, or a couple of these parentheses. So let's say I have 9 times the sum of a number and 3. Okay, so I know this is, let's do the different color. I know this is 9. I know this is going to be a multiply. I know the sum is going to make me think parentheses with addition in the middle. The sum of a number, let's call it x, and actually, let's change this multiplication symbol so we don't get confused. Let's just put a dot for multiplication. And when I know it's going to be the sum of a number, which I'm calling x, and 3. So right off the bat, let's focus on sum. Remember I said sum, we should have a parentheses. So parentheses, addition in the middle, of a number and 3. That's what that sum is. And it's really helpful because out front I have 9 times this amount. So if I didn't have the parentheses here, this would be 9x plus 3, which is not it. This is definitely not the same as 9 times the sum of x plus 3, because as you know, this is a distribution. Okay? So that's one example of one of these parentheses words. Another might be 7 times a number. Let's call that number R. Let's call it R. 7 times a number, R, squared. Let's square it even, just so that we see that. Is 5 times the difference. So bells should be going off. Difference. The difference. That should make us think parentheses. The difference. The difference of what? Of K and M. Okay. So before I do anything, I'm going to write that difference one with the parentheses. So difference means parentheses with a subtraction in the middle. It's the difference of K and M. Okay, perfect. So we got that out of the way. We know 7 times the number R squared is this difference, or is 5 times the difference. Even my mistake. So 5 times this difference. And we know this distribution with the parentheses is so much more different than 5k minus m. It is 5 times the difference of k minus m. Okay, so this is, we say 7 times a number R squared is 5 times the difference of k minus m. Yeah, take a look at the notes you've taken in class and the ones that I posted where I've shown the entire list of addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and equality. But this time I'm adding in the parentheses words: sum, difference, quotient, and product. And like I said, if you're struggling with this, it's like reading English. The more books you read, the better you get at reading. The more problems we try to translate and look at, the more word problems with different English words, the better we'll get at showing them in math form. Okay, that's it. Good luck.